Well, I hope you can hear me. Can you? Stop this one. Okay, I want to, be sure that you can actually hear me, so, and I think, well, I hope you can hear me. Yeah, yes, I definitely you can hear me. So that's perfect actually. We could continue our studying in this course, approaching poetry. Yeah, it's a free course on Open Learn University. On the Open University, on their portal Open Learn. It's totally free, and I just realized that I really don't want to read something fiction or some fiction or science fiction literature, and for some reason I like stuff like this right now, and I want to be more deep in this. So I'm now just trying to finish this course. Yeah. Okay. What? Yeah. Okay. I got some response on Twitter. It's great. Yeah, and on my channel, definitely start. The stream has been started. Unfortunately, YouTube is not so comfortable for take the data from chat. I mean, I can't read chat comfortably. Yeah, let's open this one because it's fine. Is it okay? Sorry. Why I can see the recent events on the Streamlabs, it's a little bit strange. I don't know, I just can't. Did I got the I must finish text, but it will go. Hey, I attach my YouTube to this one. I can see Twitch, YouTube. Oh yeah. Now I still can see recent events. Well, why not? Okay. In the last in the last class, yeah, I tried to read this this vessel, and I got the response that it was really terrible pronunciation, and I checked my my performance, yeah, and in the last stream, and well, of course, I have I definitely have a terrible pronunciation, but also there was a big troubles with my mic, as I believe, because yeah, a lot of phrases and letters and some words just disappeared when it's when this stuff recorded it and recorded them, and Today I spent something about 1 or 2 hours to fix it. I, tried different settings, setups of filters, which provided by OBS and other programs, and I hope that finally I got something good. And also, what I really missed in the last stream is I could actually read. I mean, not read. I can actually have internet, and it's kind of great because I could just Google as someone read the vessels for me, and I will know about right pronunciation. So let's just find tiger burning bright, and just here's how someone read it. For example, oh come on, even a Patti Smith read it. I like some songs of Patti Smith. Horses is great. I can say that I hear a lot of songs of Patti Smith, but some of them is two of them I think is really great. Yeah, it's a horses, and I forgot the one. But I remember that I even made a good joke about Patti Smith, as I believe that the women's want Patti Smith. No, men's wants to be as Patti Smith. Women's wants Patti Smith. That kind of, yeah, I think it was a good one. But it was a long time ago. So yeah, now it's not so funny about it actually. When I repeated in 100 times, yeah, just okay.
Tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night. What immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry?
And it's really controversial, before the stream I listened at several reading of this vessel, and I really was almost sure that the symmetry in this vessel should be, read in other way. I mean, read not right, not in as with the right of English, but I want to read it as symmetry, and then it's going to be a rhyme with the previous line I. Yeah, what immortal hand or eye could from thy fearful symmetry? Something, but yeah, because I think in Russian poetry, I sometimes made something like that when the author just may little bit broke some words in the end. It's not pretty often, but yeah, sometimes he make a strike on different letters, or maybe use not actually literature form of some words, and it sounds a little bit different, slightly different, but in the result we got the good rhyme, and it's actually nice. Yeah, I don't see some problems with that. And here we can see that no, I just can see a rhyme here, in the last row. Tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye could from thy fearful symmetry? Oh, sorry, I should answer because it could be important. Sorry. If, but yeah, no, nobody sees that, so nobody sells that, so I hope it's not a big deal. Yeah, just got some unexpected call. Yeah. Let's go. Let's listen to the end of the tiger.
In what distant deeps or skies burnt the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare seize the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? And when thy heart began to beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain, in what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp dare its deadly terrors clasp? When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamb make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forests of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry?
Okay, you could hear that. So heard that. Yeah. So yeah, what I'm doing here. Where I can, yeah. Oh no, I'm lost. No, I'm not lost. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Let's go first. I want to read it now and just go further with this course. Tiger, tiger, burning, tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. What immortal hand or eye could frame thy fearful symmetry? In what distant deeps of skies burns the fire of thine eyes? On what wings dare he aspire? What the hand dare says the fire? And what shoulder and what art could twist the oh, sorry. And what shoulder and what art could twist the sinews of thy heart? Sinews. I just hear that and I already lost it. Let's maybe check it. Honest, yeah. And why not? Oh no! It's wrong. C news. News. Sinew. A strong band of issue. A strong band of tissue in the body that joins the muscle. Oh yeah. I actually checked this word in the first. It's how muscles connected with bones. Okay, not how. I mean, it's what can connect these two subjects. Okay, and when thy heart began the beat, what dread hand and what dread feet? What the hammer, what the chain? In what furnace was thy brain? What the anvil, what dread grasp? There its deadly terrors clasp. When the stars threw down their spears and watered heaven with their tears, did he smile his work to see? Did he who made the lamp make thee? Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night, what immortal hand or eye dare frame thy fearful symmetry? Okay, again, I think it wasn't perfect. I still can't read English text without pauses and checking of the words, but I think I kinda understood all this text and I already can declare on just with my member the first quatrain, and yeah, yes. So I think we can go only further because we already spent some time, and I don't want to spend too much time on this course. Just 1 hour, no more than for one time. So yeah. Using this course, okay. In what follows, section hidden like rim, read, line length, and line endings, alliteration, and so on, intended to act as signposts to help you use the course. In terms are unfamiliar, look them up in the glossary at the end of the free course of this free school. Oh my god. But these headings indicate only the main technique being discussed. While it is something we need to attempt, it is very difficult to try to isolate devices in this way, to separate out, for example, the effects of rhythm from rhyme. This doesn't mean that we shouldn't look for particular techniques that work in a poem, but we need to be aware that they will be interdependent and the end product effective or not because of the way such elements work together. Okay, I think I understand almost all. I suppose that I know what means interdependent, but I want to check it. And I want to check how to pronounce it, and I want to check what it means. That depends on each other, consisting of parts that depends on each other. Okay, it's actually what I imagine when I read it. Hey, look, he's a different pronunciation for English and American languages.
Interdependent.
Interdependent. He's an R in the middle of this word, yeah?
Interdependent.
From the word inter, we can hear the R in American, and we can't hear it in English.
Interdependent.
Yeah, interdependent. It's взаимовлияющие на русском, да? Something. I'm not sure how to say it in Russia. Definitely, I mean, взаимовлияющие. Maybe I missed something in Russian, but I don't remember exactly one word for this, yeah, except взаимовлияющие. Well, no, it's definitely взаимовлияющие. I don't know where I am, so I'm not sure about that. It's definitely this one. Okay. As you work through this course, don't be discouraged if your response to exercises differ from mine. Oh yeah, it's kinda on the previous course it was an issue too, because yeah, there was a very open-minded questions. I mean, questions for discuss. Yeah, and of course you made something different than the people told, than the course after thought you should wrote there. But there were there were moments when I definitely sure I was not right. Yeah, I mistaken it. How say mistake in the as a verb in the past? Is it a verb in English? Mistaked.
Mistaked.
Okay. If you respond to exercise differs from mine, remember that I had the advantage of choosing my own examples and that I've long been familiar with the poems I've used. On a daily basis, we probably read much less poetry than we do prose. This is perhaps one reason why many people say they find poetry difficult, unfamiliarity and lack of practice. But like anything else, the more effort we put in, the wider the range of experiences we have to draw on. It's fair. Okay. I hope that when you come across an unfamiliar extract in the discussions that follow, you might decide to look up the full poem on your own account, reading in your own experience and enjoying it too. It's actually, yeah, enjoying it's my major purpose from this course. Okay, but like anything else, the more effort we put in, the wider the... Okay, I'm not sure what effort mean. It's a kind of our hard actions, or I mean, involving something, yeah? An attempt to do something, especially when it is difficult to do. The project was a team effort. Attempt. I forgot what attempt. Sorry. An act of trying to do something, especially something difficult, often with an okay. Attempt and effort to do something, especially. Okay. It's known. It's okay. How it's translated in Russian? Because I'm not sure about that right now. Oh, okay. Effort. Attempt. It's kind of interesting. I should remember that. But no, I am just reading. Yeah, I think I want to make a dictionary for myself and write down some new words and learn it. Sometimes, yeah, but now it's just for reading, and I don't want to, focusing on this too much in this process exactly. So yeah. Difficult, familiar, but the more effort we put in, the wider the range of experiences we have to draw on. Okay, I hope that when you come across an unfamiliar extract in the discussions that follow, you might decide, extract, I think I will not even check what it means. I mean, in Russian we have, of course, very particular meaning of exactly this word, extract of something, but I can understand that as the part of something, yeah, unfamiliar part, yeah, okay, a familiar piece of something. Okay, on your own account, full poem on your own account, visiting your own experience and enjoying it too. Okay, yeah, actually, I repeat a little bit the poison tree, and I think I could read it, right now. I mean, without text, and well, maybe like so. Yeah. Remember that language changes over the years. I have deliberately chosen to discuss poems from different periods and given dates of first publication. Do keep this in mind, especially as you may find some examples more accessible than others. The idiom and register of a poem written in the 18th century will okay, written in the 18th century will usually be quite different from one written in the 20th. Yeah, actually, even in 18th, William Blake already we could find in Tiger, we could find in Tiger the thy and thine, which don't use in today. But yeah. Today or yesterday, I heard the phrase "you a lot" or something something like this. You know, it's English. Uh, it's English way to say you, but in plural. You know, in plural. Yeah. So you a lot. Interesting way, I think. It's kind of. Of course, it's cool to use, you know, thine, thy, and actually about plural, you and plural, I can't remember, but there was, you know, there was something special for this one. Now it's just you a lot, but before it was something different. It was a one word. It's strange that something like this could, you know, just disappear from language. I can't imagine how it could be, because is it really just because a lot of people learn this language and it's just too difficult to remember in a more, you know, variation, and with time it just can disappear, because it looks like a very useful word, you know. You a lot, it's kind of something in a very common life, from very common life, yeah. And you know, just also interesting. Okay, remember that language changes over the... Okay. The idiom and register of a poem written in the 18th century will usually be quite different from one written in the 20s. Different verse forms are popular at different times. While sonnets have been written for centuries, they were especially fashionable in Elizabeth's times, for example. It's about William Shakespeare, as I believe, yeah? Don't expect to find free verse written much before the 20th century. And free verse written much before 20th century. Free verse. It's kind of a form of vessels, yeah? Okay. Vessels. It's... am I use the right word for vessel? A tube that carries blood, so the body of a person or an animal. Oh no, I used this definitely in the wrong way. Why I use vessels? I missed something, yeah? Let's find maybe sonnet or double N, okay. A poem that has fixed written. Poem. As they suggest, not just for their obvious meaning, the words are arranged separate lines. Why I use vessels as a poem? Oh my, sorry guys, it was always happens something like that. Sorry. Okay, but good that I decided to check it, I suppose. Okay. 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 Go. Let's go further. If you are working on a poem, it can be a good idea to print it, maybe even enlarge it, and then write anything you find particularly striking in the margins. Enlarge it. Maybe even enlarge it. I mean, print not one time, yeah? It means enlarge, like make it a lot. To make something bigger, to become bigger. Oh, enlarge. No, I suppose it's about make a big text size.
Enlarge.
Enlarge. Okay. Enlarge it and then write anything you find particularly striking in the margins. Particularly, особенно удачным, ну, особенно ударным, так сказать. But in margins. Yeah, sometimes I'm go on Russian because I want. Sometimes I just check if I understand it right. The right way. Margin. The empty space at the side of a. Oh, okay, I got it. Use the highlighters or colored pens to underline repetitions and link words. Rhyme words. Patterns may well emerge that will help you understand the way the poem develops. Make the poems you own in this way, and then, if you are the kind of person who doesn't mind writing in books, you can insert notes in a more restrained way in the margins of your book. If you are the kind of person who doesn't mind writing in books, you can insert notes in a more restrained way in the margin of your book. Your book. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just thinking. Make the poem. Poems you own this way, and then if you are. Okay, it's just how improve your poetry when you're trying to make something with this. It's kind of analyze them and and try to maybe if you are working on a poem, it's not about on your poem, maybe about your poetry. It might be about actually on a poem as a critic. I mean, yeah, maybe author means something like that you working, for example, on Tiger. And it's some advices how to work for how to work as a critic. Yeah, use titles, pens. Okay. You understand the way the poem develops. Yeah, definitely it's about that. Deep inside, I think that I'm a creator, and that's why I'm usually understand all in this way. But yeah, it's definitely about that you working on a poem as a critic, as a reviewer. Okay. If you prefer to work on your computer, you can do a similar thing by using an annotation tool on your word processor. Yes, okay. Whatever you do, always ask yourself what the effect of a particular technique that you identify is. Noticing an unusual choice of words, a particular rhyme scheme or user of alliteration, see section 4 and alliteration below. Yeah, I want to know exactly what alliteration is because I even saw some examples, but I can't describe it well. Yeah, it's an important first step, but you need to take another one. Unless you go on to say why what you have noticed is effective, what it contributes to the rest of the poem, how it endorses Okay, endorses or changes things. Endorses. Okay, then you are doing less than half the job. Get into the habit of asking yourself questions, even if you can't always answer them satisfactorily. Yeah, actually, I usually ask myself questions a lot about actually everything. I hope I will not have some problems with that problem. Usually with the answer which I found, uh, as usually it's something stupid. Yeah. Strange. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to check what undersays means and how to spell it, how to pronounce it properly. To say publicly that you support a person, statement, or course of action. To say in an advertisement that you use and like a particular product, okay. And he's how it endorses or changes it. Oh, okay.
Endorse.
Endorse. Okay.
Endorse.
Endorse.
Endorse. And let's to check this word, maybe how to spell it correctly, because I'm literally not sure. Advertisement. I want to check it too. And notice picture or film telling people about a product. Oh yeah, it's kind of commercial. Yeah.
Advertisement.
It's literally word which lose advertisement and rest on the ad, and it we're now using as a ad for our phones. Yeah. For some applications. Yeah. Okay.
Satisfactorily.
Satisfactorily. Not satisfactorily. I suppose I read something like that. Yeah, satisfactorily. In a way that it's good enough for particular. Yeah, I exactly understood what it means, but wasn't sure about the pronunciation. Rhythm. Okay. Kind of interesting. What distinguish between rhythm and rhyme? Okay. All speech has rhythm because we naturally stress some words or syllables more than others. Okay. The rhythm can. All speech really has rhythm because we naturally stress some words or syllables more than others. The rhythm can sometimes be very regular and pronounced, as in a children's nursery rhyme. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Okay, but even in the most ordinary sentence, the important words are given more stress. Oh, stress, not strike. Yeah, I used the wrong word. Not strike or something. Stress. Okay. In poetry, rhythm is extremely important. Patterns are deliberately created and repeated for varying effects. The rhythmical pattern of a poem is called its meter, and we can analyze or scan lines of poetry to identify stressed and unstressed syllables. Syllables. Let's check this word too. Any of the units into which a word is divided. Yeah, okay, I understood it right, but
Syllable.
Syllables. In making the text to show this, the mark slash, I suppose it's called slash, is used to indicate a stressed syllable and X to indicate an unstressed syllable. Each complete unit of stressed and unstressed syllables is called a foot, which usually has one stressed and one or two unstressed syllables. The most common foot in English is known as a jump, which is an unstressed syllable followed by the stressed one. Stressed, unstressed, stressed, unstressed. Okay. Many words in English are iambic. A simple example is the word forgot. Forgot. The first is stressed. Yeah. Okay. When we say this, the stressed naturally fall in the sequence. Forgot. Yes, yes. It's definitely true. Yeah. Iambic rhythm is in fact the basic sound pattern in ordinary English speech. If you say the following line aloud, you will hear what I mean. I went across the road and bought a pair of shoes. I went across the road and bought a pair. I went across the road and bought a pair of shoes. Interesting. The next most common food is troche, a stressed syllable or beat, if you like, followed by an unstressed one. Mountain as the word. Okay. Trochi or troche. It looks like some French. Troche, I want to say it like this. A unit of sound in poetry consisting of one strong or long syllable followed by one weak or short syllable. Okay.
Trochee.
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 Trochee. Okay. Both the yamb and the trochee have two syllables, and yamb being a rising rhythm and the trochee a turkey, tak. Like Turkey, but Turkey, yeah?
Trochee.
Trochee. Trochee. Trochee. Trochee. Where I stopped? Yeah, sorry. The next most common food is the trochee, a stressed syllable followed by an unstressed one, as in the word Monday. Both the yamb and the trochee have two syllables, the yamb being a rising rhythm and the trochee a falling rhythm. Another two-syllable food known as the spongy has two equal stressed beats, as in blue spirit. Spongy. I hope I read it right. A unit of sound in poetry consisting of two strong or long syllables.
Spondy.
Spongy. Blue spirit. I know what means blue, but what means spirit? Okay, of liquid or flames, to burst out or pour out suddenly, to produce sudden pour streams of liquid or flames. Oh, okay, I see. Blood was spurting from her nose. Red and yellow flames spurted out of the fire. Okay, I got it. Blue spirit. Okay. Why not? Other important feet have three syllables. The most common are the anapest, two unstressed and one stressed, and the dactyl, one stressed, two unstressed. But I still won't check how to spell this all because I don't have an idea. A unit of sound in poetry consisting of two weak or short syllables followed by one strong or long syllable.
Anapaest. Anapest.
Anapest.
Anapest. Anapest. Anapest or anapest. They not think about it a lot, yeah? Anapest or anapest. And dactyl.
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 Dactyl. American, more creative. Okay, the most common is the anapest. Okay, let's read it again. Yam, trochee, spongy, two stressed, yeah. Anapest, two stressed, two unstressed, one stressed, and the dactyl is one stressed, one stressed. Unimpressed. Unimpressed. Okay, and probably. Cool. Here some fairly regular examples of the four main kinds of meter used in poetry. I have separated their feet by using a vertical slash. You should say the lines loud, listening for the stress patterns and noting how the beats fall on particular syllables or words. Okay. Iambic method. I want to read it lambic, but actually I shouldn't make some mistakes with this because actually I always made the mistake with I and L on the first place in word. Usually I made this mistake with my name. Yeah. Iambic. The cure for trolls. The cure for tolls the knell of parting day. Curfew. Curfew. I want to check what it means.
Curfew.
Curfew. A law that says that people must not go outside after a particular time at night. Okay. Okay. The curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The curfew tolls the knell of parting day. The curfew tolls the curfew tolls the knell of parting days. Day. Okay. I'm not sure that I read it well in iambic meter, but trochaic meter. Tiger. Bird and bright. Hello, tiger. Again. Anapestic meter. She is far from the land where her young hero sleeps. Okay, maybe if I will read it, okay, I want to open the tiger and tiger, burning bright, yeah, tiger, burning bright. Maybe he's a trochaic meter, yeah. Good from Zion, fearful symmetry. So, Blake was not so obsessed about rhyme in this poem because he actually was more he more thought about he thought about rhythm, right? Tiger, burning bright. In the stop. Tiger, in the forest of the night. What immortal hand or eye, yeah, could frame thy fear, could frame thy fearful. Still, he's a more syllabless, yeah? He's more syllabless. I can't understand his rhythm. It's not rhythm. If it's rhythm should be stopped on sim. Yeah? Could from thy fearful steam. what immortal hand or eye could from thy fearful scene? Fearful scene. Yeah, fearful scene. Actually, he's the two. He's the two syllables which shouldn't be there. I still can't understand this line. Okay. Anapestic matter. She is far from the land where her young hero sleeps. Okay. Dactylic. Dactylic matter, yeah? Dactylic matter. Woman much missed how you call to me. Looks like some kind of modern song, yeah. There are other technical points that you need to know about is the way the length of lines of verse described. Lines of maybe verse, maybe verse. For some reason I puzzled between verse and vessels. Writing that is arranged in lines often with a regular rhythm or pattern of reading. Synonym of poetry, yeah, verse.
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 Verse. Yeah, I definitely, for some reason, exchange vessels with verse, but it's something terrible. Connected to the blood. Verse. Okay. Undescribed. Okay. This is done according to the number of feet they contain and the names given to different lengths. Okay. I read it other lengths over and over, but
length.
Lengths. Well, almost right. The size of measure. Yeah. Okay. Of lines are as follow: monometer, a line of 1; dimeter, a line of 2 feet; trimeter, a line of 3 feet; tetrameter, a line of 4 feet; pentameter, a line of 5 feet; hexameter, a line of 6 feet; heptameter, a line of 7 feet, and octameter, a line of 8 feet. It looks like Latin, yeah. I mean Roman, old Roman language. I mean this sizes of lines. Or maybe old ancient Greek. I'm not sure, but I don't think that I will remember it right now, but maybe if I will meet it somewhere, I will know what it means. By far the most widely used of these are the tetrameter and the pentameter. Penta is 5, yeah, and tetra is 4. Okay. If you look back at the 4 lines of poetry given as example above, you can count the feet. You will see that the first has 5 feet, so it's an iambic pentameter line. The second one has 4 feet, so it is a trochaic tetrameter line. It's kind of simple, yet I mean I understand everything. The fourth and fifth also have 4 feet. So anapestic and dactylic tetrameters lines respectively. Lines do not always have exactly the right number of beats. Sometimes a pentameter line will have an extra beat, as in the famous line from Hamlet. Okay, so sometimes we can add something and it's still gonna be right to read. Okay, back to Tanker, yeah. Could frame thy fearful, no, could could frame thy fearful sim symmetry 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 symmetry. Okay, what immortal hand or eye? Yeah. Okay, so he's a good frame. Good frame. It's kind of 1 foot. Thy fear 2 foot. Full seam 3 foot. A tree 3 foot. And what him 1 mortal 2 hand or free eye 4 tiger burning bright. In the forest of the night. It's without so it's 3 foods with half, yeah. What in mortal hand or yeah, it's 3 with half and good frame thy fear full sim a tree and 4 full foods. Okay, so how we will say if it's tiger burning bright? Stochastic method, and I just want to understand how they will find that. Maybe they have some explanation for it's totally not real. Stochastic tetrameter line. Tetraic trocameter. Trochaic tetrameter. Trochaic tetrameter. Tiger burning bright. So but trochaic tetrameter, a line of 4 feet. So if we started with the it's not a it's not a 4, it's 3 with half, I suppose. And but if we add another half, if we started it's already 4, so it's tetrameter, and after we just add another half and it's still tetrameter. So yeah, in this point, yes, it's 4 foot, and he's a 4 foot, yeah. But if he's actually a previous half, in the last one it's 4 full foots. Okay, why not? It's at least it's some explanation. Actually, yeah, already when I know that, I think I will better understand how to read all these texts. Okay, to be or not to be, that is a question. Whether tion in the end, yeah, of question is an elements 11th, yeah, unstressed beat. It is worth asking yourself why Shakespeare wrote the line like this. Why did he not write what would have been a perfectly regular ten-syllable line, such as the question is, to be or not to be? That is a question. The question is, to be or not to be. It's why Shakespeare wrote something like this. I mean, to be or not to be. That is the question. The question is to be or not to be. Well, I think that the first one, the first he wanted to make a stress on the question as a word, I mean, and put it in the last place in the sentence in any case, because it's more powerful than just to be or not to be. He wanted to focus on question, that the question, I think, this is actually a question. Yeah, he wanted to maybe highlight how complex the feeling that this so that this question actually become a question. Yeah, I think I suppose it should be about this. And actually, I don't remember how it's in the context. Yeah, if it's some kind of end of monologue, yeah, of Hamlet, it's actually a good place where you can, make the line a little bit longer than the previous. Yes, it's the place where the longer phrase with a good ending, it's make stronger end, I think. It's kind of, it's a moment when the rhythm and rhyme is broken, but with the purpose that to highlight that this is the end of poetry, I mean, some kind of important part of poetry. But maybe I'm mistaken. I actually don't remember. Maybe Gambit speaks something other after this line. Okay, having outlined some of the basic matters of English poetry, it is important to say at once that very few poems will ever conform to a perfectly regular metrical pattern. Yeah, I noticed that on Tiger example. The effect of that would be very boring indeed. Imagine being restricted to using only iambic words, or trying to keep up a regular trochaic rhythm. Poets therefore often include trochaic or anapestic or dactylic words or phrases within what are basically iambic lines, in order to make them more interesting and suggestive, and they retain normal pronunciation. Here's a brief example from Shakespeare to show you what I mean. I have chosen a couple of lines spoken by Rosalind in As You Like It, Act 1, Stand 2, and have marked this first version to show you the basic iambic matter. Okay, my father loved Sir Rowland as his soul. Okay, it's a iamb and trochaic. Yeah? No. It's trochaic. It's a trochaic. I mistake. No, it's iambic. Sorry, it's iamb. Yeah. Unstressed, stressed. Yeah. Trukayk. Oh, story again. Yamp, 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 yamp. Okay, my father loved Sir Roland as his soul, and all the world was of my father mind. If you say the lines out loud in this regular way, you can hear that the effect is very unnatural. Here's one way the lines might be scanned to show how the stress would fall in speech through the other ways of scanning them. Okay, I want to, yeah. My father loved Sir Roland as his soul, and all the world, sorry. Now I want to read in regular way. My father loved the Sir Roland as his soul, and all the world was of my father's mind. Okay, and now fallen speech. Okay, my father loved Sir Roland as his soul. Okay, I see. It's actually how we spell it in regular way. And all the world was of my father's mind. Okay. And it must be emphasis. Okay, I don't know. Let's check them. To give special importance to something.
Emphasize.
Emphasized.
Emphasize.
Emphasized. Actually, it's a good word. I usually use the highlight, but of course, highlighting it's too about text. You know, maybe not a good connotation. And emphasize. Actually, it's a help. It's gonna be a help. I will remember it. Okay. It must be emphasized that there is no need to feel that you must try to remember all the technical terms I have been introduced here. Hey man, you gave me some technical terms and now you say just don't remember them? I disagree with that. I should remember all of them. The purpose has been to help you to become aware of the importance of rhythmic effects in poetry. And it can be just as effective to try to describe this in your own words. The thing to hang on to when writing about the rhythm of a poem is that, as Ezra Pound put in, rhythm must have meaning. It can be, okay, the thing to hang on to when writing about the rhythm of a poem is that, as Ezra Pound put it, it must have meaning. It can be merely a careless dash of with no grip and no real hold to the words and sense. A sorry. Can be merely a careless dash of with no grip. I'm not sure about grip. What could mean? I know grim as dark, yeah, but grip. An act of holding something tightly, a particular way of doing this.
Grip.
See, okay, grip. Control or power over something. An understanding of something. It can be merely a careless dash off, with no grip and no real hold to the word and sense. Ta. Okay, she actually the thing to hang on to when writing about it. The purpose has been to help you to become aware of the importance of rhythmic effects in poetry, and it can be just as effective to try to describe this in your own words. Okay, that's why rhythmic is important. Okay, The occasion, maybe further they will expand this one. The occasions, of course, when the tomb rhythm may be appropriate and have meaning. When Tennyson wrote the Charge of the Light Brigade, he recreated the sound, pace, and movement of horses thundering along with the emphatic dactyls of half a league, half a league, half a league onward, into the valley of Death Road, the 600. But for a very different example, we might take a short two-line poem by Pound himself. This time there is no fixed meter like much 20th century poetry. This poem is in free verse. Its title is in the station of the metro. The metro being the Paris Underground Railway. Yeah. Actually, it's same name in Russian, in Moscow. Metro is Underground Railway, yeah. And it was written in 1960. Okay. The apparition of dead faces in the crowd. Petals on a wet black bow. Okay. Apparition of these faces. Okay, I hope I will end actually today, at least this page. Yeah. Here you can see that the rhythm plays a subtle part in conveying the meaning. The poem is comparing the faces of people in a crowded underground to petals. Okay, what petals is? Fallen onto a wet boat. Petals. Something. I know what pet is, yeah? Petals. Delicate colored part of a flower. Oh, lipstock.
Petal.
Button flower, yeah. Yeah. Petals. That have fallen onto a wet bow. Bow is kind of ground on some. A large branch of tree.
Bow.
Bow, okay. It's kind of branch, but I didn't know this word. The rhythm not only highlights the key words in each line, but produces much of the emotional feeling of the poem by showing down the middle words of the first line and the final three words of the second. Okay, the apparition of these faces in the crowd, petals on a wet black bow. The apparition of these faces in the crowd, petals on a wet black bow. Yeah, interesting. The apparition of these faces in the crowd, petals on the wet black bow. Okay, the read not only highlight okay, but produces much of the emotional feeling of the poem by slowing down the middle words of the first line. Okay, yeah, rhythm help us make some pauses in poetry, yeah, and through these pauses we could not highlight, yeah, this word, and hest, and hey, okay, I already forget this one, we will check it later, but actually we can with pauses highlight some words, and that's why rhythm is important. Okay, for our final example of rhythm, I have chosen a passage from Alexander Pope, an essay of criticism. Okay, view document Pope, essay on criticism. Let's try to read it. It's a very small text. soft in the strain when zephyr gently blows, and the smooth stream in smoother number falls. But when loud billows slash the sound in shore, the hoarse roof verse shoot like the torrent roar. When Ajax drives some rocks west way to throw, the line to labors and the wars move slow. Not so when swift Camille scores the plain, flies or ears the unbending corn and steams along the main. I think I will skip it now for now. I will spend too much time on translating it because I can't say that I understand all clearly. So yeah, I will do it later and maybe about I mean not on the stream. This extract from poems and essay on criticism, like the whole poem, is written in reed couplets, lines rhyming in pairs. They confer formal, regular quality to the verse. The punctuation helps to control the way in which we read. Notice that there is a pause at the end of each line, either a comma, a semicolon, or a full stop. This use on the end stopped line is characteristic of 18th century heroic couplets. Iambic pentameter lines rhyming in pairs, where the aim was to reproduce classical qualities of balance, harmony, and proportion. It's kind of interesting. It's maybe even more interesting than Blake, but I will not start to translate it now. Sorry. Soft is the strain when zephyr gently blows, and the smooth stream in smoother number flows. But when loud billows slash the sound shore, the hoarse rough verse shoot like the torrent roar. When ice drives some rocks west way to throw, the line to labors, and the wars move slow. Not so when swift Camilla scores a play. Place or ear the unbending core and schemes along the main. Yeah, it's about importances of punctuation and stops. Okay, because yeah, my first reading was a mess. Second was a mess too. Okay. Get into the habit of looking at rhythm words. Are any of Pop's rhymes particularly interesting here? One thing I noticed was what is known as poetic inversion. The rhythm shore roar is clearly important to the sound sense of the verse, but the more natural word order, where this ordinary speech would be the hoarse roof verse should roar like the torrent. Had he written this, Pope would have lost the sound qualities of the rhythm shore roar. He would have had to find a word such as abhorrent to rhyme with torrent, and the couplet would have had a very different meaning. He would also have lost the rhythm on the line in spite of the fact that the words are exactly the same. Before we leave an essay on criticism, did you notice the pop subject in this poem is really poetry itself? Like Wordsworth, Pound, and William Carlos Williams, all of whom I've quoted earlier, Pope too was concerned with poetry as a craft. It's kind of interesting, but I don't think that poetry is a craft. I mean, everything is a craft. I mean, then a painting and sculpting is craft too, because kind of, yes, we can improve our skills in it, but kind of not it's not something that we can approach only as a craft. Yeah. Okay, how much time we here? It's already 1 hour 26 minutes, and I think we could finish on this. Yeah, not I didn't make everything what I wanted, but maybe later, maybe I think the next stream is gonna be in Wednesday, and yeah, I will show how I still I will today make some painting today. I want to try another style. I have an idea what I could do with game style, because all my previous tries is too much flash, animation from 2000, and it's kind of, it's not so nice. It's not the effect which I wanted to create. It's not a child painting, at least. Yeah, so that's all. Nice to see you. We'll see you in the next time. It's not so nice. It's not the effect which I wanted to create. It's not a child painting, at least. Yeah, so that's all. Nice to see you. We'll see you in the next time.